My name is Brian Murray. I've been in sailing boat ownership since 1981. Our first boat was a Catalina 30, a sloop rig. Our second boat we owned was a Scanmar 35 that we sailed extensively on the Chesapeake Bay and raced. Also kept that boat in the Bahamas for a year and a half. And then we were out of sailing for 10 years. And when we wanted to get back into sailing, we'd always been excited about the Tartan product. So we found a nearly new Tartan 4100, and I did my first trip to Bermuda in 2004. I'll have to say that as a former Coast Guard search and rescue pilot, I was a little bit apprehensive about going to Bermuda in the ocean. I did quite a few rescues off the east coast of the United States for sailors, and many of them were because they were just worn out and exhausted from extensive sea conditions. So anyway, when I went to Bermuda the first time, we had a crew of 6, which was probably more folks than I needed. We were kind of stepping over each other all the time. But I was the youngest guy on the crew, and I realized early on that it was very easy to get tired. We had to reef extensively, and then of course shake the reefs out, put them back in, shake them out. And when I came back from the first trip to Bermuda, that's when I realized that I needed some easier way to reef the main. So I explored the different products on the market. We weren't really interested in the in-mass furling systems. I'd heard too many horror stories about how they can get jammed. But everybody I spoke to about the Leisure Furl product was just completely complimentary and had nothing but good things to say. And so anyway, we put a Leisure Furl product on our 4100. We did a second trip to Bermuda in 2007. It performed flawlessly. I mean, I can reef the main at the touch of a button, and didn't have to worry about getting exhausted during the trip. When we decided to retire and move up, we purchased a Tartan 4700, and obviously we were so happy with the Leisure Furl product that it was automatically added to the options list on the 4700. So we've come down the Chesapeake many times in downwind conditions, and I've used the Leisure Furl many times. Works wonderfully. I used it on my 4100. I've also used it going home with just my wife and myself on our 4700 last year after the Annapolis Boat Show, and similar conditions, 25 knots of apparent wind, and out of the northwest we were heading south, going downwind, and reefed the Leisure Furl, just the two of us. Worked fantastically. I've had extremely good support from Forespar. Whenever I call, I get a person on the other end, or if I leave a message, they return the call. And that's extremely helpful to me, knowing that I can get a hold of somebody who's knowledgeable about the product when I do have a question. Also, one of the key factors that pointed me toward the Forespar Leisure Furl product was the fact that I could use a full batten main on my boats. As a former racer, we all like to go fast, we all like to get where we're going, so that was extremely enticing to me to be able to put a full batten main on my boats, and it's really paid off. My first trip to Bermuda in my 4100, my second trip with the Leisure Furl product, we did 200 miles the first day, and I thought, woohoo, we're going to be in Bermuda tomorrow. But we had to motor in from 60 miles out. But just having that full batten main on both of my boats with the Forespar Leisure Furl has made all the difference in the world.